Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon. Come a little closer. This is the first Circle of 12 of 2023. So we're going to make it a little different. The whole idea of the Circle of 12 is to take a number of you old souls, light workers, whatever you call yourselves, ones who are interested in the metaphysical things of the planet. How did you get here? Is there something bigger you were never told? Are there energies afoot that would change things beyond anything you were told? Are any of the things that you have heard rumors of correct regarding these things? You're in the right place, if so. The Circle of 12 is for everyone. But there are so many coming on board, you might say, right now, who are there because there is something inside that has tweaked their interest, or someone has told them, just listen. There are no agendas here. Not really. If there were an agenda for myself, my partner in the chair, the voice you're hearing, if there was an agenda, if there were one, it would be of love. That this planet is changing, and in that change, the radicalness of it is the spread of kindness and love and compassion and caring for one another. You've gone through now some decades of the internet, which has presented something that some of you didn't expect or you might not really be aware of. That it brings together something you didn't really think about. You see families on the other side of the earth enjoying the same things you do, laughing at the same things you do, having thoughts and expressions that are just like yours. The language barriers have come down. Everything is translatable. And perhaps over these times, you've got to see something, that you're all alike. Truly, the cultures are different, but the human being, the worries are the same, the fears are the same, the enjoyments are the same. Parents want things for their children that they didn't have. Peace, perhaps. Beauty, perhaps. Less struggle, perhaps. It's universal. Everywhere you go on the planet, mothers will agree. This is what they want for their children. You take a look at what fathers want, and they will say, I would like for my children, for them not to be hungry, for them to find places and friends that they'll enjoy and love, like some of the ones that I found. I want this for them as well. Dear ones, these are universal truths. So I'm going to ask you, in the old times, and I mean maybe 50 or more years ago, the old energies, were you ever really told that? Did you think about that? What you were told is there's a culture over there that is your enemy. Or there is this culture and that culture, watch out because they're this way or that way. This has been the separation energy that you've always experienced on this earth because you never really could meet them up close. And now you can. And now you do almost every day, if you wish. Many of you have learned not to look at major media for your news and instead to look in places where the ones who are involved in these things are talking and spreading their experiences, and you can see it differently and you'll know it. Perhaps your heart will go out to those who are in trouble, even right now. And that was not doable. That was not even possible 20, 30 years ago. It is a different planet. I made a few statements back then, even before the internet was as popular as today, when it only began. I said there'd come a time when everybody could talk to everyone. There would be no more secrets. And that is also happening. So I'm going to give a New Year's Circle of 12 that is different from any you've experienced. Today you're going to cross the bridge with me to a place that is multidimensional. It's what we always do. And you're going to observe. You're going to observe something that I'm going to give you. And then you can react as you wish. Because in this place I take you, this multidimensional soul viewing area, you get to see things that not all can see. You view them from the platform of your own soul and divinity. This is where I take you. From the beginning, the Circle of 12 has been soul energy, multidimensional energy, creative source, if you wish, an area that you have been seemingly restricted from going, but not really. It's only now that the fear is removed, and through your anticipation and free will, you'll cross the bridge with me. There is a bridge to cross. It means that you mean it. Quite simple, it is your intent to go there. The bridge is not important. How long it is, not important. How big it is, not important. It's just there. It crosses between what you think you know and what you absolutely can see. That which is what your programming is of a human being and the truth that the Creator has given you. Come with me. Let's cross the bridge now. Take my hand. Oh, there are some who are used to this and say, this I look forward to, and I want you to. But today, tonight, whenever you're viewing this, you're going to see something you didn't expect. This is a platform where you can be anywhere and do anything. I've taken you into the reaches of space here and asked you to watch things. I've taken you here to meet your own guides, your own past lives. I've taken you here to renew yourself. We're going to do that again, perhaps in the next weeks. But now I want you to go to this place and realize the entire area has now been filled with seats for you. It's not a theater. In fact, there's an ocean. And on this ocean, there are two great giant ships, and you can tell what's about to happen. There's going to be a launch. Carefully constructed these ships are. They're the New Year ships, and they're going to be launched together. It's unusual. If there's going to be a New Year's launch, there's going to be one ship with one name, and it's going to be launched as an example of the new year and the new energy and all the things. A new beginning, a launching, a new ship. Bottle of champagne be struck against the side of it, and off it goes. The symbolism is great. All the chairs are there, thousands of them, comfortable, for you to watch this launch. This is unusual, isn't it? Have we ever taken you to a Circle of 12 where we've asked you to watch two ships being launched? And the answer is no. Oh, there are so many surprises, but all of them mean many things. Stop for a moment. This energy that you sit in is perfect. And what I mean by that, this is a time where anything can take place. Healing of the soul, healing of the body, healings of attitudes. This is your multidimensional home. You sit inside of your soul. Now, this is so different if you haven't experienced this before. So different than any meditation place you've ever been. It's not just quiet, it's you. You've crossed that bridge from the temporary human you to the permanent soul you. It even has your name on it that you cannot pronounce or read or even understand if it's said, because it's in light. This is your creative vessel, dear ones. It's home. And all these chairs are those who are sharing it with you, perhaps listening to this particular program, about to watch this metaphoric launch of two ships. The first time, you might say, where two ships have been involved. And some have said, well, that might mean that's a metaphor. There are two ships being launched, and I get to choose which one to be on. Not exactly. You see, the two ships being launched, now they've just come out of the dockyards. There's nobody on them yet. Typical of a true launch. You don't have all of those on it yet. That'll come later, after it's outfitted and dressed up. You know how these work. These things work, these launches. But there are all the other things. You might say that the ships are the color you wish them to be. They're both identical in a way of physicalness. Make them cruise liners if you wish, because humanity will be on board, you might say. Eventually, you might say. So make them beautiful if you wish. Make them any color you wish, but there are two. Well, Kryon, what's the difference? You'll see in a minute. Dear ones, it is very, very, I would say, clear that at a New Year's representation, that there would be a sameness. You launch one ship. It's called next year or this year. It has a number on it, perhaps 2023. Well, let me tell you, they both do. You might say they both are named the same thing. There's got to be a name. So they are the 2023 ships. And they are almost ready to be launched. There's the typical, the brass band is there playing. There's a dignitary or two. You can make up your mind who they might be. But it seems like there are two episodes going on here. The launch of two ships, simultaneous, a metaphor. But there's one big difference. The water. Oh, the water. It glows. You have never seen water like this on the planet. So you might say this is a telling water. This is a water that's going to ask you what it means. What is it? What color is it? The most pristine color of this water would be the turquoise, perhaps, that you've seen in those places in the south. But it's not. The water's gold, and it shimmers, and it's beautiful. Makes you want to even dip into it. And the first thing you see is that these ships are about ready to come down that slip, and the horns blow, and they come down identically. And you see both of them with the giant splash that is expected coming into that beautiful golden water. You haven't seen water react this way either. So interesting. One of the ships represents that which is humanity as it always has been. It says 2023, but it's a continuation of that which is the energy that has been with you for eons and eons and eons. It's a great ship, built well. It's lasted a long time. The other ship, 2023, it represents something that isn't here yet. It represents a new kind of humanity. And both are slipping into the ocean. But now I will ask you to see something you didn't expect. That gold ocean, it's embracing the new ship with a new humanity, 2023, almost caressing it. The ship takes its stand and it holds its buoyancy and it is filled with cheers of those who are seeing, there it is, it's the new ship. Yes, no one's on it yet. It has yet to be fitted out, but it floats. It's good. It's wonderful. And the other one, the gold ocean doesn't like it at all. In fact, you might see even some corrosion starting to appear immediately. In fact, more than corrosion, that ocean seeming is filling it with holes. That ship is sinking. How could you have a launch with a new ship built like the old ship and have the old one start to sink? It doesn't start to sink, it never floats. It slips into the sea. And the gold ocean covers it. Do I have to tell you what you just saw? This is no longer your grandfather's world. The ways of the old cannot survive in the new ocean of light. The ocean will cover it and corrode it and not let it exist. It will go to its doom no matter how well it's built, or who runs it, or who launched it, or whatever name it has. It cannot exist. And that old ship of humanity, you might say, the energy represented there, will sink to the bottom. The new ship is buoyed up by the ocean of light and invites the passengers of humanity to board it, to learn how that ocean works, to understand the light it represents, and to see that a new earth is being created. This is the launch of 2023 that I wanted you to see clearly, peacefully, and understand what is going on here. Totally, what is going on. I would love you to stay and think about these things. How does it affect you? Were you surprised one boat didn't make it? One ship. There is one left. The one that rides on light. I am Kryon, in love with humanity, filled with hope, where these things are happening all over. And so it is.